Hey everyone, Colgate here, and I'm proud to announce that I finally finished the graphics for the Panama 2016, the end of 2016, Smash Brothers Power Ranking. So I'm going to be showing clips of the players and explaining a little bit about what I know about them, because they've been in the community way longer, ever since Brawl for the most part. Whereas I just came in during Smash 4, because before that I lived in the US and then Brazil. So anyways, first we'll start off with Anid. That's a Ryu player who's ranked 15th. Now, interesting thing about him is he actually used to use Red Yoshi, and he got solid results. But then he switched to Ryu, and he got in those rankings. Not much to say. I actually don't think I'll find it. Oh, by the way, if I don't find a clip of said players to show, that's because they don't have any matches recorded, which is kind of to be expected, because the Panama Smash scene, while we do record and stream a couple of our events, it's only been a thing semi-recently. And for the super recent ones, I don't think we've actually had any sort of streaming. But that's beside the point. But yeah, he's really good. Next is Jaime. He's actually a Captain Falcon main and Mario secondary, I'm pretty sure. I know he definitely uses Captain Falcon more than the rest. I've seen him use Dark Pit as well, especially against me. But I'm guessing that's because he's not comfortable with the Pikachu or the Villager matchup as Falcon, which, understandably, because Dark Pit does pretty well against Villager. But yeah, he does really well as well. He's got a winning record over me. I think I've never been able to beat him in tournament. That we've faced off I think 2 or 3 times. Maybe, yeah, 2 times. Oh man, that was a while ago. We'll go with 2. But yeah, I've never beat him in tournament. Then there's Dark Fox. He's been in the community for a while, ever since Brawl. He uses Fox, surprise, surprise, as well as Marth, and Ganondorf, mostly for doubles. But his main character is Fox, so he just goes 90% Fox in the tournaments. He used to be placed higher, I believe, but then he started slacking a little bit due to, I guess, busy stuff in real life. I don't know. But who knows? Maybe he'll make a comeback. Fox is a top 5 character, right? It's funny how when you tell people their character's top 5, every time they say it, no matter the character, they will deny it. He'll deny it. I'm like, Fox is top 5. He'll be like, no. Fox is 8th, 9th. Bruh. And next comes me. Which obviously I have a little bit of information about myself, otherwise that would be a little bit weird. Yeah, I main Villager and Pikachu. I've actually gone full me Sword Fighter in a recent tournament here, but I decided not to include him in the graphic because for the most part I'm basically just Villager and Pikachu. I'm picking up Sonic though, and DK for certain matchups, so that'll be pretty cool. And overall, I actually improved by 3 placings, because I used to be 15th, now I'm 12th. Mostly because a couple people stopped playing, and then I guess I was just as consistently okay as my results were before. Next we have ADB, a newcomer to the scene. He's only been to 4 tournaments, but he's done really well in all of them, putting him just outside the top 10. He's actually a little Mac main, though I've seen him pull out Falco when I go Villager, though we've only played friendlies actually we played in an online tournament in Panama, and he went Falco against my Villager. I still beat him anyways, because I kind of know the matchup, because you kind of have to. It's a tough matchup for Villager. But yeah, so his little Mac is pretty scary. Then we have Zephyl, my doubles partner, and co-commentator. He actually, for a really long time ago, I saw him switch characters a lot. He went from Marth, he went to Mario, and then he went to Cloud, Roy, but he didn't really like Roy. But then he found himself in Corrin, so he really liked Corrin, and that's his main to this day. He does use Roy a lot now too. I don't know if he wants to make Roy as a sort of like co-main, or he just wants to have a solid secondary. Well, he's really solid with both of these characters. Then we have Liui. Now Liui is also a old timer in the community, and he uses, for the most part, Captain Falcon. But in a lot of matchups he will use Sheik as well, because Captain Falcon definitely doesn't have the best matchup chart. To be honest, he also used to use Peach, but I haven't really seen Peach recently. But his Captain Falcon and Sheik are both really solid, and he gets like results that would be equal to like getting top 8 or top 5 at the PR. It's just from here on out, all the players are like really good. So then we have Lombard. Lombard used to be a solo Mario main, but after a while he started getting a little bit worse results, like not as consistent as he used to be, because he used to be like top 5. He's like super good. But then Mario struggles with a couple matchups, so he decided, let's pick up a secondary. So he does have a pocket Corrin, but he told me he uses Diddy more often for those bad matchups. And I mean, Diddy is a fantastic character in his own right, so props to him. Hopefully he'll climb up the ranks again. Then we have CH90, or as we would say in Panama, Che 90. Because 90 is 90 in Spanish. Now, he used to be a solo Zero Suit Samus main, but when Marth got all the buffs and stuff, he was like, let's go to Marth, and he practiced Marth, and that was his main for a while. He just focused completely on Marth. He has used Zero Suit Samus a little bit here and there recently, so my assumption is he's picking her back up as like a secondary of sorts, or maybe a dual main, but he does acknowledge that his Marth is way better than his Zero Suit. Okay, so next we have the Luigi main, LKS. Now, he's actually one of the most patient players that I know. He's got such a solid record, it's kind of scary. I'm one of the few players, surprisingly enough, that has a positive record against him. I think we're like 3-2 in tournament, or like 2-1 or something like that. But I've beaten him more than he's beaten me, but like not many people can say that because he's so consistent and so good with Luigi. Like, he won't go for the crazy stuff that often. He won't like throw himself off stage. He won't do unsafe things. He'll just keep it simple. If he gets an opportunity to punish, he'll grab you, throw you off stage. Get stage control, jab you. He's really patient. It's really it's interestingly fun to play him, because you feel like you have to play smart. But he's a really good player. To be honest, he used to be top 5, but again, the top 8 or 9 are like so good. It's they all deserve to be top 5 basically, except for the first 3, which are like on a league of their own. But I'll talk about that in a bit. So then we have VLO. I've never actually quite gotten how to say that name. I just sometimes say Velo, so I say VLO. I've heard, I think it's Uve Leo, because it's Uve like V for that's how you say the Spanish V. And then there's the LO, which I mean LO. He actually used to be, if I'm not mistaken, solo Diddy, but then he started, back before the patches, and he's actually taken games off of some pretty important players in the past, like DeBuzz and all that. Online, of course. That's still something. That was like way back though. That was like pre-Apex 2015. But he actually picked up Sheik and wanted to main her after all the Diddy nerfs. And now he just sort of goes back and forth between them. but he's earned himself a place in the top 5 despite not practicing that much. He himself claims that if he practiced even like for 2 hours a day for like a couple of weeks, he would be like untouchable and unbeatable. Well, who knows? I guess we'll see in the future if he decides to try.